Recitals. Chances are, as a music major, you've either been to one, had one, or are required to have one, or at the least, you've seen a flyer up for one. They are so prevalent in our lives that even faculty staff perform them. At Illinois State University, students busy their lives with classes, commitments, and social activities, ranging from RSOs to weird dating apps. As a student in the School of Music, most students will find themselves balancing coursework while actively practicing their applied instrument. Music education majors specifically are required to give a recital before the end of their term here at the college. All other School of Music students must attend these recitals to earn recital credit towards graduating. With all these recitals given by students, one must ask, should the teachers also give recitals? And if so, why might they be important to the fundamental learning and advancement of a student's education? I'm Isaac Soares, along with Martin Chernecki, and that's Mason Raydell. And this is Practice What You Preach. It's easy to miss out on the meaning behind these recitals. In order to further our understanding of what these recitals should mean to us, we decided to take a trip to Cook Hall and ask students and staff alike their own opinions.
Yes, they absolutely do. For me to be able to see my own instructor perform repertoire that I might also potentially be performing in the future, I can see his interpretations. Again, I can just see how he holds himself, how he prepares, how he's mentally focused throughout the entire thing.
Yes, because like I said, it gets me to practice more, especially if he's practicing. So if he has something to look forward to, then I'll have something to look forward to. It's kind of like a motivator in a way.
Next, we speak with Dr. Ben Stiers, who is the Assistant Director of Bands and Percussion here at Illinois State. We asked him, what do you hope students get out of your recitals?
I hope that they, number one, see that I practice what I preach. That the things that I'm saying in lessons, the things that I'm trying to demonstrate to them are coming across in my performance. I want to expose students to sort of the broader world of percussion and of music as well. So maybe play music, play instruments, play in genres that they might not see or might not get the opportunity to check out on a regular basis, I suppose.
I think they should be, just because, your professor goes to, almost all, their, students' performances and stuff like that, and since they only do, one a semester, it'd be, kind of bogus to not go, and, it's just, also, just think if, for a community, it's just, all of your studios, just, going and cheering on the professor. It's just kind of, a nice heartwarming kind of thing, so it's just, I think it's important just for out of respect and also for community.
Do you believe that staff recital should be mandatory for the respective studio?
Yes,
yeah?
I do. Yeah.
Staff recitals should be mandatory for the respective studio.
Another professor we interviewed was Dr. Annie Rummel, who gives at least one recital per semester, if not more.
Do you think that attendance to these recitals should be mandatory for your studio?
I used to. When I first started teaching here, I required all brass faculty recitals, all brass guest artist recitals as part of the grade, and I would take attendance, and it was always such a drag because I'm sitting before the recital going, making sure that everybody's here, and then if they weren't, I'd have to ask where they were, and I got to the point where I realized that I don't need to do that anymore. I shouldn't need to do that anymore. So I don't require my students. It's strongly encouraged to go to faculty recitals or to go to guest artists and things like that. But I have a hard time requiring people to do something that they should intrinsically want to do anyway, hopefully. And if students can't be bothered to go to a faculty recital or go to a guest artist recital on their own instrument or even the same family of instruments, then they should probably rethink their career choice.
We wanted to get the opinion of a business major, Dominic Camarino, who regularly attends staff and student recitals.
So what's your major?
My major is finance and risk management insurance.
Okay, and you still attend staff and student recitals regularly?
I do.
Okay, what's your favorite part about going to these recitals?
Because my major is business and I kind of left music behind after high school, I really enjoy keeping the music in my life, and these recitals really help me do that.
Okay. What benefits can you see from watching staff recitals?
Benefits, I get to hear more intricate and I guess difficult music. Something, I guess, harder than what an undergrad would put on. And I like seeing all different kinds of music that they put on.
Okay, so would you say that staff recitals are necessary for the School of Music?
From my point of view, I'd say yes, because it gives music students a look at what other music is out there instead of just playing, I guess, simple things. I don't know. But yeah, seeing what harder, what more challenging pieces they could put on as they move forward in their career.
As you can see, the importance of these recitals is not lost on those students outside of the School of Music.
Yeah, especially because, well, if I'm music education, like, I'll be teaching all the rest of the instruments most likely. So it's cool to see other instruments being played, and, like, you'll become a little more familiar with what the range is, especially if you're watching other studio recitals and staff recitals outside of your own.
Yes, it is, especially in your own like class of instruments, so the brass area. It is very beneficial for like a trumpet player to go see how a tuba player plays, for a tuba player to go see a trumpet player, and all those forms of combinations. And why not go see woodwind, strings? It's great music.
A combination of things, really. If I were choosing repertoire for, say, a recital that I was going to go and do, say, at a conference or something like that, it would probably be repertoire that fit the theme or sort of fit an aesthetic that I was going for with that particular performance. When I perform in front of students, I'm really trying to demonstrate as many things as I can. The last faculty recital I gave with Dr. Rummel, for instance, it was really important to me that I demonstrate, you know, most of the lessons that I teach, just the way the lessons are set up now, are on marimba. So I wanted to make sure that I performed marimba on at least a couple of pieces. I wanted to demonstrate some instruments that students might not play or might not see on a regular basis. So I focused on a lot of world percussion as well in that way. So I'm always thinking about how can I program a recital to demonstrate as much as possible to my students.
Well, I'm kind of a geek when it comes to stuff like this, so I spend a lot of time on the internet. I have a lot of tuba playing friends, so a lot of times they'll post recital programs that they have done, and if something kind of strikes me, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a really neat thing. And then I'll research it and see if it's something worth doing, or if I hear someone's doing a premiere of something that sounds kind of interesting, maybe I'll catch the live stream for that. Our Tuba Association publishes recital programs from students and professionals, so I go and check those out maybe twice a year or so just to see if anybody's doing something new. But a lot of times it's just kind of word of mouth now, just because I have a lot of friends that are tuba players, and if stuff sounds really interesting, then, or if it's a composer that's written something, or a composer that I like that's written something, maybe that is of interest to me. So.
Probably be just seeing like how my professor just like plays certain pieces and just giving me something to like model myself after, and just like it's just also kind of cool just to know like how like good your professor is, I guess, at playing and stuff like that, especially since they like teach you so much. It's just like nice to see how they like apply all the years of experience they've had.
Well, I mean, it's really cool to see like the talent that our staff does have. And I'm in the clarinet studio, so like Dr. Gresham, he went to Juilliard, and I wanted to see like what he learned pretty much at Juilliard, and it's like I can see his technique, so I can further my technique as well. So like it validates him kind of. Like
Okay.
it makes me accountable to go see him, and like practice as much as he does. Because if he's practicing for a recital, like it'll be easier for me to be like, okay, yeah, like he practices still, so I need to practice too.
All right, and what do you hope that students get out of attending your recitals?
Attending my recitals, well, I would hope that they would see that I kind of practice what I preach, and that a lot of the performance techniques that we work on in lessons would be hopefully evident through my own performance. I think there might be a little bit of pride maybe for students to see their teachers performing, not necessarily me, but just any of the teachers, someone that you work really closely with on a week-by-week basis, to be able to see them get up and put themselves on display, I think would be a pretty neat thing.
As you can see, there are a lot of different reasons to attend these faculty recitals. Whether you go for an appreciation of new music, the experience of listening to the person who gives you lessons, or simply to support the faculty of our school, it's unanimous. These recitals have many different meanings to many different students. Hopefully, we were able to raise your attention while at these recitals. We had a blast interviewing and filming, and thank you for watching.